even though there was a room full of people, while I was on stage, I still didn't believe that they were there to see me until watching the videos back and like hearing them sing the lyrics. I'm like, oh, they actually know the songs.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But like when it's happening, I still like, my brain doesn't catch up.
So it's good that it doesn't go to your head. Like it's always kind of like humbling.
I think there's something really special about delusional confidence as well. I think it can like really propel you forward, but I think there's a beauty in being humble.
Hey everybody, it's me, Dom. Welcome back to Dom Meets World. Hope you've been enjoying the podcast so far. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest, the lovely and talented Royal and the Serpent. Everybody, woo!
Hi.
Nice to meet. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, oh my God, of course.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
I came from Calabasas
Today,
and it was an hour and a half long drive.
wow, do you live there?
I'm staying there.
Okay.
I'm actually from Canada, but I'm staying
Really?
in Calabasas because I got carjacked a couple weeks ago in LA. So I decided I'm not going
Someone
to stay
stole
in
your
LA.
car?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It was cool.
No big deal.
It was like, give me your keys, I'll kill you. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, like
Yeah.
they were like, it wasn't like you didn't come back to it and it was gone.
No,
They like came up to you and said, "Give me your car."
Yeah, it was like, yeah. They were like, I really like your car. Would you give
What
me
kind of
that?
car was it?
It's a BMW.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was cool though. It was like,
It was cool.
well, because I'm still alive, so it's kind of like
Yeah, for sure.
we've gotten to the point now where like
Yeah.
it's like,
Right.
it's funny.
Shit happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit happens. It's cool.
Woo.
I'm alive. It's a story. It's good
Yeah.
content. You know what
Do you
I'm
have
saying?
insurance? Could you like claim that?
I couldn't claim the stuff in the car, but the insurance
car
covered- But
itself.
the cars. Yeah.
Okay.
They found the car in a McDonald's. He didn't have a
Oh.
car fob. So I think he just like drove down the street, went to McDonald's,
Wow.
got some, some soda and then some fries
And then just
Stuff.
left it.
But yeah, so I'm in Calabasas.
Anyways.
Anyways. And traffic in California is horrendous because there's so
Yeah.
many people here. But I was listening to I Am on repeat. for, like, the
Really?
majority, yeah.
Deep cut.
I love, that's my favorite song of yours.
Thank
I
you.
think, yeah.
Thank you. I was
So-
actually considering playing it on tour and I wasn't sure, but maybe that's a sign that I should do it.
No, it really it hit me. There's you have a line on that song that was like, I always find some way of losing the people
Mm-hmm.
around me.
Yeah.
And I felt that. I was like, yeah. And I was also curious. I'm just going to dive straight
Yeah,
into
please do
music
it.
shit. Just because I write music, I'm a songwriter as well.
Sick.
And I'm wondering if you've noticed from the moment you started writing music to the point you're at now,
Mhm.
you can kind of look back and kind of where you were at in that life.
100%. I feel like the songs, especially the ones that come out, just tell the story of my life.
Yeah.
And I can listen to something and it immediately takes me back to exactly how I was feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like I kind of relate music to me getting tattoos. I'm a very impulsive
Yes.
person when it comes to getting tattoos.
Me too.
So I can look at
Uh-huh.
part of my, I'm like, oh yeah, the burning church, the wolf, yeah, it was
Yeah.
the dagger through that was a dark point
Uh-huh.
in my life.
Oh, for sure.
And then now it's I can see the brighter colors and on this arm, I'm like,
Mhm.
now, okay, life story getting better around
Yep.
this tattoo.
100%. No, I relate to that a lot. I feel like I got a lot of just even stylistically darker styles of tattoos when I was more depressed, and I got bigger tattoos to cover my body, and now I'm like, wait, I wish that I could see my stomach and it's not covered or
Yeah.
whatever, you know?
I reached that point where I was gonna get a massive back piece. And I was like,
Mhm.
I kind of want to save my back piece for some more important memory.
Yeah.
What if I have a kid or
Mhm.
you know what I mean, something really good happens. I
Yeah.
want some real estate on my skin for that.
Totally.
Whereas before I was pain.
Yeah,
I just wanna
exactly.
feel
I just want to feel something. Help.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. No, I relate to that a lot. Yeah.
What was your first inspiration to start music, to start writing or start creating?
I mean, when I was younger, maybe early high school, I got a guitar for Christmas, and I just remember I got injured. I used to be a dancer, and I got injured, and I remember not being able to do anything that I really loved anymore, so I would just sit in my room and write songs. And to be honest, that was when Taylor Swift was first sort of coming out, and I remember hearing her music and being like, oh, I can do that. She's just telling stories about her life.
Mhm.
So I would sit in my room and write songs about how I was feeling, and it was usually just about some stupid boy that did some stupid thing at the time, you know?
What kind of dancing were you doing?
Oh my God, everything. Yeah, I was like a very competitive dancer from age like 4 or 5 till high school when I got injured. But I did it all: ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop. I was in like a hip hop crew for a little bit.
You're in hip hop crew?
Oh yeah, I used to like break dance. It was like
I used to break dance.
Really?
Yeah, when I was that's how okay.
That's so cool.
I got into breakdancing when I was in elementary
Yeah.
school. That was my first form, and then I took actual dance in high school because the dance teacher was like, "We need a guy to like
Yeah.
lift up
Mm-hmm.
the woman in the class. Will
Yeah.
you please be?" She's
Yeah.
like, "I'll give you an 80."
Yeah.
And then I started doing like
Yeah.
contemporary and lyrical,
Yes.
and I was like, "Oh, I'm actually pretty good at this. I like this.
Yeah.
I enjoy it."
It's
and
so fun.
everyone called me Black Zach, like Zac Efron from High School Musical.
Oh, I'm like, where'd
I-
Zach come
yeah.
from?
Because I would have to leave football practice to go like do
Wow.
contemporary duet with Michelle Porter. So
That's kind of sick though. The duality of that, I love. Which did you like better, football or dance?
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it was just like, I just reached a point where like, what's more fun? Just like being able to like express myself
Mm-hmm.
or just hit people. Admittedly, hitting people was,
Yeah.
there was like a little bit of like, oh, that was kind of nice to get to hit that person.
For sure.
But then there was also like that beauty of like just trying something completely new.
Yeah.
And every time you do a dance, it's like when you're making music, like relate to that. Like
Yeah.
every time I performed,
Mm-hmm.
it changed.
Yeah.
It was never the same.
Right.
Same with like, I'm sure like when you're performing music, like
Mhm.
it's not the same when you're first in the studio and you're
Yeah.
writing it and you create it. It changes every time you perform it.
Totally.
It takes on like a new meaning
Yeah.
or a new purpose or like its own identity every time you perform it, depending
Yeah.
on the audience or, you know, what city you're in or your mood
Yeah.
at the time when you're performing. If you want to do it acoustically, if you put more energy into
Yeah.
it, however you feel. So
Yeah. 100%.
I like the adaptability of like creating
Yeah.
and expressing yourself.
Definitely. There's nothing else like it.
It's a never ending journey.
Yeah.
And you were just on tour as well, right?
Yeah. I toured this summer and I just got back and now I'm about to go out again next week.
Again?
Again.
How do you feel about touring? Are you like, is there,
I love it. I think it's really special and it's like one of my it proves the point. It's a proof of concept. You know,
Mhm.
I think like going out and getting to actually experience people that experience your music and connect with them in real life, face to face. You don't really get that in any other area of making music for a living. So it's definitely really special. But it's hard, you know, and I'm tired. And I get homesick.
yeah.
But I do love it, and I hope that it only gets easier. I feel like the further you go, the easier it probably gets, and the more you get to do with touring, and you know.
How do you approach your shows? Like I was saying earlier, is it
Yeah.
always changing? Do you kind of like do a
Yeah.
show, take notes of it, and like you try to change it the next time you go, or
I definitely really love watching videos back and seeing what I can do differently and better. And then for every like tour itself, it's usually a total revamp. Like, okay, what songs are we gonna play? What order do we want to put them in? How do we want to start it? I think I've done a lot of opening tours too, so I usually like cater the set to whatever band I'm opening for, like that would fit their vibe. But this is the first tour that I'm doing that's just me and it's my own headline. So it's been really interesting because I want to make it really special and really cool. So I've been like trying to figure out a cool way to fit in all these songs and make it special. Make it not just like, okay, come see me sing for an hour.
yeah.
I want to like make it an experience.
Was there any like when you're opening up? Was there anybody you were like, I can't believe I'm opening up for this person?
Oh my
Or
God,
no?
yeah, all the time.
What was like the main like what comes to mind first when you were like you got that
Like,
email or
holy
that
shit.
confirmation? You're like, holy shit, I'm opening up for this person.
Demi Lovato probably was
Oh,
the craziest. I mean, and then Fall Out Boy was also really crazy.
yeah.
Those two definitely. Demi was like, I was not expecting it, but we had talked about it a little because we had like started building a relationship. But Fall Out Boy, like I had never talked to those guys, like I didn't know them, and when I got the call, it was just a big surprise. So that was really cool. But both tours were wild. It's really great opening because you're definitely fan building, but it's also hard because I think you have to continuously prove yourself every night and like try and convince people why they should like you
Yeah.
without trying too hard and like making it come across like you're desperate. So I'm really excited to just get to go out there and be in front of people that are there for me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to convince them why they should be there or why they should stay or why they should go home and listen to my music. Like that's why they're there.
Yeah.
And I've never done that before, so I'm curious if it will have a different effect on my mental state.
I feel like it's gonna be like a brand new like experience, like having
Mhm.
people that like know your music.
Yeah.
like full on like an
Yeah.
entire venue full of people that are going to be
Yeah.
just singing your lyrics back to you.
I like can't even imagine it. I can't picture it. You know what I mean? Because like in my head, I have this like weird thing where I don't believe that people listen to my music. Like you can show me all the stats, show me the numbers, show me the streams, and I just for some reason like it doesn't click, you know? So I think I also convinced myself, even like I just played a show in London and it was a headline. It was my first headline over there. And even though there was a room full of people, while I was on stage, I still didn't believe that they were there to see me until watching the videos back and like hearing them sing the lyrics. I'm like, oh, they actually know the songs.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But like when it's happening, I still like my brain doesn't catch up. It's so weird.
Well, it'd be like that keeps you grounded. It's like,
I guess so.
and
Yeah.
it's good that it doesn't go to your head. Like it's always kind of like humbling
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah. I think there's such a fine line too. I talk about this a lot because I think there's something really special about delusional confidence as well. I think it can like really propel you forward, but I think there's a beauty in being humble. But there's just a fine line that you can dance between those two extremes because on one end, if you're too humble, you start to sort of like self-deprecate and not believe in yourself and then hinder yourself from moving forward. But then if you're too confident, you can come off as arrogant and sort of like, you know.
Yeah, it's like you have to balance the line between
Mm-hmm.
like I remember I was like in Chicago
Mm-hmm.
and I was listening to like I went down this like and I'm not advocating for Kanye West at all, but I was like listening to like this old Kanye song called I Wonder,
Mm-hmm.
and he's talking about like coming up in Chicago and how
Yeah.
far he's come, and then like listening to his interview where like he said he was like I'm gonna be a billionaire like years
Yeah.
ago, and then he became a billionaire. It's like
Yeah.
he was, and everyone was like you're absolutely insane,
Right.
and then he became a billionaire. It's
Mhm.
like that sort of, you have to like balance between like being that
Yeah.
delusional but also like the
Mhm.
humbleness.
Yeah.
But then there's like also it's like why can't you believe in yourself that much?
Right.
Like people almost see it like a detriment or like
Totally. We should be allowed to believe in ourselves that much. I also find it's difficult to believe in yourself that much. And so it's like almost a skill if you can.
yeah.
But our words, I talk about this all the time. Our words and our thoughts are so powerful. They obviously create our realities. I think so many of us know that. That if you say, I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, the chances of it happening, if you believe it, are pretty high.
Are you a spiritual person?
I am. And I would say that over the past couple years, I've lost a lot of that. And I don't really know exactly what happened or where everything started falling through. But I remember when I first started making music, being so delusional. Like I remember having absolutely nothing going for me and being like, I'm going to get $1 million record deal and I'm going to be successful and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I just believed it without a doubt. And it wasn't until I started finding a little bit of success and I started realizing all of the competition and that was around me. Like I guess moved into a different pond, that I stopped believing in myself as wholeheartedly. And I've been really like working on figuring out how to find a comfortable place of belief for the future without like lying to myself. Because I also like to be realistic. And I don't know. It's very interesting how much our heads have to do with what happens on the outside.
But you're in like a very rare place, I feel like, especially for someone who's like relatively like a new artist. Where like nowadays it's almost like in order for people to listen to your music, they have to like your personality. Where I feel like now we see a lot of like TikTokers or content creators that then become musicians and they kind of blow up once they've kind of built that following.
Right.
Whereas I feel like you're in a special place where like you're just known for your music.
Thanks.
Which I feel like is like, I feel like a lot of musicians want that.
Yeah. That's true.
Like I feel like there's a very select few of people who like have that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you have that. Dominic Fike has, even though he was on Euphoria, but I feel like he's somebody who like there's no sort of like, you don't see him doing trends or anything like that. It's like Royal The Serpent, just music.
Thanks.
Which I think is like very special.
Yeah,
and I think you should be proud of that too.
Thank
you. You didn't have to kind of like sell your soul and do a little TikTok dancer.
I love a little TikTok
dance.
Oh God, I love Dominic Fike. He was actually a huge inspiration to me. After I had like started putting out music, I remember he dropped that album, What Could Possibly Go Wrong? And it came out like during COVID, and I just remember listening to it, and it was at a time when I kind of wanted to stop making music because I didn't believe that anything good was happening in music today, especially at that time. Shit was just really weird in the industry. But I definitely like it opened my eyes again, and it made me fall in love with music again.
Yeah, I
He's
saw an
great.
interview with him with Zane Lowe,
Mhm.
and another one with like Travis Mills, and he
Mhm.
was talking about how he's reached this point of like personal growth
Mhm.
where all he cares about is just like doing everything with intention,
Yeah.
which sounds so simple, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, it's like I think we forget that.
Yeah.
Like just everything you do, whatever you're passionate about, moving with like intention
Yeah.
and not just kind of like just going through the motions,
Totally.
which I really connected with. And it's like, that's something I want to do more. It's like, I don't want to just do something just to do it.
Right.
If it doesn't move me, if I can't do it with like my full
Mm-hmm.
110% soul, it's like,
Yeah.
then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So, and I like,
love
it's
that.
like, you never want to sacrifice your integrity.
No.
Like your integrity will always be rewarded. It might
Yeah.
take a while for it to get rewarded,
Yeah.
but it'll happen.
Totally.
So what have you felt like you've accomplished that like you're proud of? Like let's move on to more positive things.
Yeah.
Like what are you most proud of in your career so far?
I think I'm very proud of being able to make music for a living. I remember when I first started, I was working in restaurants and I was working 5, 6 days a week, just busting my ass. And um, me and my manager at the time, he's still my manager today, but we used to work at this same restaurant. And we always say, anytime we like go play a big show, like some of the really big moments in my career, we'll have like a little moment before and be like, dude, we came from scrubbing sinks. Cause I remember we worked behind the bar. And at the end of the night, we used to have to clean the bar, and it was so foul and so nasty. And every night we'd be like scrubbing the floor, scrubbing the sinks, being like, one day we're going to get out of here and one day we're not going to have to do this. And so I think just being able to live a comfortable life, doing what I love for a living, even if it's not always easy, and not doing that anymore
Yeah.
is something that I'm super, super proud of.
Have you had any full circle moments? Like have you ever like that those places you used to work at, do they have venues? Have you ever been like, I should go back and play there? Or
No, they were like shitty bars and stuff and like just restaurants. I mean, there was a cool moment. I forget where we were. I want to say maybe Chicago or something where one of the restaurants that we worked at was a chain. And I remember we were playing some like massive show. It was on the Fall Out Boy tour. I think it was the first show, maybe Chicago, like Wrigley. And my parents flew in and they sent me a picture right across from their hotel that they were staying at was the restaurant that me and my manager met at. And they went in and they got food, and it was crazy full circle moment to be like, holy shit, look where we are. I just played Wrigley Field and you're like at the restaurant that I came from working at.
yeah.
So there's little things like that definitely happen.
That's gotta be like a surreal moment too. Like,
Yeah.
like, did you listen to Fall Out Boy growing up? Because they're
Yeah,
like,
of
I
course.
think Pete Wentz was like my
Yeah.
songwriting like idol.
Dude, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course. That Fall Out Boy and Demi were both big for me as a kid. And I remember Demi
I would lose my
especially.
shit, yeah.
Dude, yeah, I remember like I used to teach myself how to sing by trying to sing. First of all, I could never sing those notes. Like I remember like driving in my car as a kid and trying to sing her songs.
Yeah.
And like teaching myself how to sing by singing her songs. And so I mean, yeah. It's kind of hard to wrap my head around actually. You know, thinking about now that I'm in this world and in this industry, going back and like I wish I could go back and tell my 16-year-old self then what was going to happen, because she would shit her pants. She'd never believe it.
Who was like your inspiration, your musical inspirations?
When I first started writing music, it was probably Taylor Swift and Frank Ocean.
Right.
I have not met either of them, but I did get to see Frank Ocean at Coachella this year, and I had never seen him before. I know this is not necessarily an answer to your question,
No,
but holy shit, first of all, what a weird experience. I don't know if were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how you felt about it, but it was really interesting for me being like a super fan. And then experiencing some of the more passive, not really fans, people in the crowd that were not necessarily there to see just him and that were getting frustrated. It was like really interesting witnessing what he was doing and also the absolute polarity of the crowd.
Yeah.
but I cried like the whole set. It was just, I was so excited. I've never gotten to see him before, and I knew that there was probably never going to be a chance for me to see him perform live
Yeah.
again. So that was really cool for me.
Yeah, I know what that's like. I saw Kid Cudi's like
I loved Kid Cudi growing up.
I love him so much, and I saw
Yeah.
him live, and I was like in tears watching perform, like my favorite song.
Yeah.
So
What was your favorite Kid Cudi song?
Man on the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like his first mixtape, A Kid Named Cudi.
Yeah.
Literally saved my life. That was like
Wow.
the shift for me. That's probably where like I first realized like I heard somebody create music where they spoke about real shit, because I grew up listening to like hip hop and rock, and it was always like this sense of like bravado, and hearing them be like, yeah, I'm sad, I suck, girls don't like me, and it's like and I'm like listening to this, and I'm like, oh yeah. Girls don't with me either. Get him, Cudi. It's like the first time I heard someone rap, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
that's self-deprecating rap. But it was like a comfort there of like being like not feeling alone, and that kind of like shifted me in what I want to do in life. Of like I want to make people feel like that. I want to make people. There's like this saying of, when you're silent, you deny others the benefit of not feeling alone, and that's what Kid Cudi did for me, and like, that's what I want to continue to do for other people. So that was a shift for me. And when I saw him live, I was like, no matter what people think about Cudi or, you know, his rock endeavors, I was like, I just always appreciated he was someone who was himself and always looked out for the next generation in a sense.
Yeah. Massive.
So, yeah.
He's the best.
What's your favorite like song? What's the song that you always come back to?
I think I have different favorite songs for different moods.
If you're on an island, you're trapped on an island, you can bring one song and one album.
If I'm bringing one album, it's Channel Orange, hands down. I don't think I could ever get sick of it. I could listen to it over and over again. Sometimes I do, just play it on repeat. But if I could only bring one song, it would probably be, I forget the artist. It's called One Day. It's by like Asaf. I have to look this up now because I'm going to botch the last name. But it's like a remix. Okay, the Reckoning song, Asaf Avidan. And it's a remix. And I don't know what, you'll have to like listen to it later. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
It just makes me so happy. I can listen to it over and over again and I never get sick of it. And there's like one lyric the entire song. It's like not even that crazy. I just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, for me, I feel like my favorite. Okay, so
Yeah, please.
hot take.
Yeah.
By far the album that like I would take with me is Man on the Moon 3 by Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Because I felt like his entire journey was like that album, that specific latest album was like him coming to like learn to love himself.
Yeah.
Which like I love. I always like, I feel like our journeys are very similar. I'm not as successful or have nearly as much money, but in a sense of mentally, like that was the point where he learned to love himself, which I felt. But the song that I would choose, ironically enough, would be Demi Lovato, Camp Rock, This Is Me.
Really?
I
love that.
Unironically, I absolutely love that song. I love that song so
Everyone does.
much.
I mean, it's the best song.
It's so good. It just like, anytime it comes on, I just feel better.
Yeah.
No matter what.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There was another band that I was on tour with that it was their pre-show song. Right before they went on stage, every night they would play it and everyone in the green room would just like get on the couches and like scream and sing. And
yeah. I got like my Spotify recap back.
Yeah.
Top song.
This Is Me.
It was like,
I'm obsessed with that.
It was like, This Is Me.
Yeah.
And I listened to these songs like, like it seems like I listened to them ironically as like a joke, but it's like, no, it's like This Is Me.
Yeah.
Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten.
Wow.
And
That's a good one.
And
That's
then
a good one.
Recently, Taylor Swift, Maroon.
Okay.
Those are like, unironically, I just love those three songs.
Yeah.
And Hannah Montana.
I love Hannah Montana.
If We Were a Movie, banger.
Oh my God. Hannah Montana raised me.
No, actually,
She made
Hannah
me who I
Montana
am.
or Miley Cyrus. This is a big debate that I
Hannah
have.
Montana, until she became Miley Cyrus again. But Hannah Montana was definitely like, that was my girl.
Yeah,
up.
she was putting out like heat. Like she was putting out like
East
18
Northumberland
song
High?
albums
Oh, it
per
was
season.
so good. Yeah.
Like Hannah Montana 1, Hannah Montana 2, Hannah Montana, and at the same time, Party in the USA. Like she was putting,
Right. That's true. Bangers after
I was
bangers.
putting work in.
Pun not intended.
Yeah.
I used to have a toothbrush that sang a Hannah Montana song. And like it like sang it. It was like, do you ever see those toothbrushes?
No.
That when you're brushing, it's like singing the song, but it's singing in your mouth, so it like vibrates through your head.
No.
It's the weirdest thing. But it like plays the exact amount of time that you're supposed to brush your teeth. They like make them for kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Tooth tunes or something they're called.
I want one of those. Do you remember hit clips?
Oh,
do you ever have hit
yes.
clips?
Uh-huh.
I used to love
I
those,
loved
but they're
those.
only like 30 seconds of like songs. But I
Yeah.
would run through all. I
yeah.
loved getting those in like my stockings.
Oh, it was the best.
I had
Those were
every
like back in the like Britney Spears, NSYNC era.
days.
Backstreet Boys.
Did you ever grow up on like those countdown shows?
The what?
Those like countdown shows? I don't know
What's
what
a
you guys had in
countdown show?
like in America. Like we had like Much Music where they had like VJs and they'd be like number 10 on today's music videos is Blink 182. I Miss You.
Oh yeah, like MTV.
Yeah, it was like before like streaming, like Spotify was like a thing, and like if you wanted to like listen to music, you had to like turn on the TV and just wait.
Yeah,
like I was like in elementary school, just waiting to like hear Blink 182. Just like,
oh yeah.
You ever have that?
MTV, I guess, did like music videos. I don't know if that's the same thing.
I remember there was like this one music video that just like stuck in my head, and it was like, I think it's like Peter Bjorn.
Okay.
The Young People. It's like that whistle song. It's like.
Oh yeah.
And it was like this animated one, and I got so amped when that music video
cool.
like I don't know like changed me. Do you have any music videos like that, like growing up that you saw that kind of like?
Actually, yeah, we found Love in a Hopeless Place. Rihanna.
The Rihanna one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's such a good music video. I feel like I've been trying to recreate that in my music videos since I started making music. Like something that gives that just like nostalgic, like young, crazy love vibe. Oh, it's so good.
I feel like you have like a. Do you feel that there's this like synergy between like movies and music, like film and music?
Oh my God, yeah.
And like, because your music videos are pretty fucking unreal.
Thank you.
And they're very cinematic.
Thank you. It's my favorite thing that I get to do, actually, in being a musician, is make music videos.
Where do you find your like inspiration? Do you have like film references? Do you like find inspiration like? Do you see like, I don't know, like a Wes Anderson film? You're like, that gives you like an idea. Like
that's a big one. Yeah. Wes Anderson. I really love his stylistic choices. I really love his framing a lot. So I try to do a lot of that in my music videos. Tarantino's always been a big one for me. I think he just like picks really weird things to focus on, which I'm kind of obsessed with. Like there'll be a shot of just eggs or just feet or whatever. There's this director, photographer, Nadia Lee Cohen, that I'm super into. She's really does very sort of out there surreal stuff, and then other music videos. I think just like checking out what like older music videos, what's going on today. But Wes Anderson and Tarantino are definitely like two film directors that inspire me a lot. Kubrick too, I think, does some really cool stuff.
Could you ever see yourself maybe directing, or like?
That's a big dream, actually, of mine. I would love to. I direct a lot of my own music videos, so I feel like that's a cool start. But the goal is certainly like to keep going at this, start getting into acting, so I'm like a little bit more familiar with how things work on film sets, and then eventually direct. Yeah.
Do you have like, one thing for me when I'm like songwriter making music is like my original thing that I want to be was a screenplay writer.
Cool.
I grew up, I always like wrote like little screenplays. So like before me and my band will like write a song, the idea that I have for a song, I'll write like a little short script.
That's cool.
To kind of like set the tone for it, just personally before I write the song, just to create the image.
Yeah.
And my dream would be to create like a film, like a silent film, and you could play the music over the silent film in any order that you want, and it would change the story. I don't know how the I would do it, but like
I love that.
That's like my like dream would be to do. It's like a silent film that goes along with like a 6-song EP, and you can play it in any order, and it changes the vibe of the silent film.
That's so sick. You have to do that.
I know, that's like, but just because like I always felt like film and music go like hand in hand.
100%.
Like when you're, like you said, like it's just like telling a story, and that's why it becomes so relatable. Is because you're listening to our music and you're picturing these things in your head. The imagery of the words that you speak holds so much power when you add instruments to it.
Totally. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite lyric of yours?
Of mine?
Yeah.
Probably in this song called Love Abuser, the second verse says, I would crawl into your skin like a roach on a plate, give us stitches and pins till we can't separate. You're the king of the world. I'm a moth to your flame. I would kill to be yours. Do you love me the same?
Oh my God.
I feel like that's probably. But I think sometimes I find that my favorite things are when I take myself out of the equation and I stop thinking and I just let source, whatever you want to call it, sort of like come through me. I think like whenever I'm channeling, it just takes the ego part out of it and it doesn't feel like yours. So I think I can appreciate it more, you know?
Do you write for other people ever?
Yeah, sometimes. Not as often as I write for myself, but I do enjoy it.
Do you find it hard to kind of take yourself out of like your own experience out of like writing?
Yeah, definitely. I've been practicing a lot, like telling stories that aren't necessarily truths. I think like my music has always been based very much in fact and truth, and every lyric is like an exact scenario that I've been in. So lately I've been trying to write stuff that is more like storytelling and trying to like create narratives. And that's been really fun because it is a little bit more imaginative. And I think at a certain point you can run out of things to talk about in your own life. So it's definitely been nice to sort of like try to explore that.
That's amazing. I find that really hard as well. And I think I reached a point where like, I don't know if you ever reached where like in your real life, you sort of like unintentionally maybe sabotage or damage and like to create that sort of like energy to bring into your creations. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and at a certain
100%.
point, it's like, I don't want to be sad or damaged anymore. Like I want to fix that. So it's nice to kind of like be able to write something that's like more fictitious.
Totally. I found that like before I got into my current relationship, that was all I was doing was just like going out and like wreaking havoc and getting my heart broken just so I would have shit to write about. Like getting my heart broken by people I wasn't even dating, just convincing myself that they broke my heart just for fun.
Yeah.
And now that I'm in like a healthy, comfortable relationship, there's not a lot of shit to write about in that regard. You know, it can get boring pretty quick to find content to like write about when you're just in a happy, easy relationship. I just don't think that's very relatable, unfortunately.
And your partner's a musician as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you guys meet?
I hired him to be in a music video and we just kind of hit it off and became friends. And then, you know, a few months later, we ended up doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
Doing something.
Yeah. Shout out things and stuff, man.
Things and stuff,
Things
man.
and stuff happen.
Here
and
we
they
are.
lead to other, more good stuff.
Yeah. One day he just like came over and never left my house.
Yeah.
And now he lives there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of lucked out. He's like, yeah, shelter.
Yeah. Literally.
I'm never leaving.
Pretty much.
I've had instances like that. They didn't.
Yeah.
I've had like, I think someone told me they're called hobosexuals.
Really?
Not saying that he's a hobo.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all.
I've had that before though in the past where like, I remember, oh my God, so many years ago, probably like 8+ years ago at this point, I had this dude that I met on Tinder come over to my house and not leave. I had to leave and not come back and stay at a friend's until he would leave and like ghost him because he just wouldn't leave.
Wait, he was in your house?
Yeah.
And you left your own house until he left your house?
Yes. I lived in an apartment building, so I just went downstairs and stayed with a friend. But I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, it was like a couple weeks and this guy just wouldn't leave. Granted, like, it was a time in my life when people were sort of coming and going and staying at my house a lot. There was a lot of people that lived there. It was, like, very chaotic. So I think he probably just felt comfortable. But I was like, I don't know this dude. Like, why is he living here? Like, go home. Yeah.
Was he, like, ordering food?
I don't even remember.
I'm a people pleaser, so like
yeah.
I had a girl stay at my place and I remember she wouldn't leave and I'd be like at work and I'd be like, I didn't get food, I should send her some food.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, I was like, I should DoorDash or something.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, no, I was not that nice. I was like, where can I go? Help. Somebody get him out of here.
So how long have you and your partner been together now?
Over 2 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It is a massive accomplishment, I think.
Is that your longest relationship?
No, the one I was in before that was like 3.5 years. But that was really the only other relationship I'd say I've even been in. And that was, you know.
Yeah,
it was its own
thing. Yeah.
Its own thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, but this one has been great so far. I mean, it hasn't been like easy, I would say, but I don't think any relationship is. And it's been really cool because I think I'm learning that I'm just becoming a better person every day by working through whatever we have to work through at home together. And in our relationship makes me a better person for the rest of the world. And he is a really good mirror for me. And I think he calls me out on my shit when I'm not being the best version of myself, which I really appreciate because I can get kind of spicy from time to time. Not spicy in the good way, spicy in the bad way. So it's a nice reflection. You learn a lot about yourself through relationships, I think.
And what's it like dating like another musician? Somebody who's kind of like in that world? Because he also, does he go on tour with you as well? He, like,
sometimes he does, yeah. He plays bass for me and sometimes guitar for me if he's not busy touring. I have mixed feelings about it. I think on one hand, it's really, really cool and really special that we can relate on so many things and also do so much together. I think that's the coolest part. I think I struggle with my own insecurities, which I've never talked about this publicly. But I think it is very interesting being with somebody that does the exact same thing as you. And I think it's a good teacher for me to like believe in myself and not feel like I have to compare myself to what he's doing and what they're doing. But it's not always easy. I would say I struggle with it. I don't think he struggles with it. But I find myself comparing what I'm doing to him a lot. And that is something that I actually am working very hard to not do. Because I think it can be detrimental. And at the end of the day, it only hurts me.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, it's definitely really cool being with somebody that does the same thing as you.
Yeah. Do you find yourself not only in a relationship, but like maybe comparing yourself to like other artists as well?
All
like
the time.
A lot of your peers.
Yeah, I need a therapist. I've been thinking about this a lot.
Get comfortable. Get comfortable.
Yeah.
Get comfortable.
I need a new therapist because I've just noticed sort of the same patterns happening a lot lately, and I just haven't been able to work them out on my own. And it's so easy. We're constantly inundated and flooded with like seeing what everybody else is doing all the time, and I just don't want that to take away from just circling back even to like the believing in yourself and sort of having this delusional confidence. I don't want anybody else's successes to have anything to do with what I believe I can or cannot achieve. And at the end of the day, I think I have more happiness and excitement for the people I love doing cool things than anything else. But I also don't want anybody else's success to make me feel like I'm not good enough. And it is something that from time to time I struggle with feeling.
Yeah. I think that's something everybody deals with, especially in this era of social media where like you kind of only see everybody's successes.
Yeah.
You don't see anybody's struggles and what they're dealing with outside of the wins. Yeah. So all you can do is compare yourself to the wins of somebody else's and you don't know what they've gone through. So
yeah.
I think that's something like anybody in this space, I think in any field deals with, whether you work corporate, whether you're a creative, it's like you can't help but to see other people
that's true.
shine and feel a way about that.
It's so true. I've talked to my mom about this because she works for AT&T and I was explaining how I was feeling and she was like giving me the same spiel in reverse about like T-Mobile. Like, oh, T-Mobile has this coverage, but we have better coverage, but they're better at advertising it and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. But it was like, oh, I'm not the only person that feels this way. Like, and it's not just music or entertainment.
Yeah.
Everybody experiences this shit. It's just human nature.
Yeah. And you can't help it. And I think the only way to kind of deal with that is to deal with it until you get to a certain point where like you have to just like look at yourself and deal with yourself on its own and realize that like your only competition is the person in the mirror.
Huge, yeah. The person in the mirror and the person that you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And a year before that. And just like focusing on comparing yourself to yourself to grow and get better.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to grow and get better if you're comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's massive.
I think I know I found that because like I used to be a very like emotional reactive person. And through going to therapy and I've been like single for a while now and I've just been so comfortable in being by myself and I disassociate so much that I can't help but to only focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
because I'm so disassociated at this point from what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like people be like, "Oh my god, do you see this person do?" And I'm like, "No," like,
Yeah.
like I'm so lost in my which now I have to like reverse,
Right.
in order, because now it's like all my relationships are like falling apart because everyone's like, "Don't know where Dom is. Dom just only see Dom when I look on my phone or whatever, because
Oh
I
my
just don't
God.
communicate anymore because I just
Yeah.
can be dissociated." So it's like
Mhm.
you're forever, and it's human nature. You're forever trying to
Yeah.
find that balance
Right.
of give and take. How much do I give? How
Mhm.
much am I willing to intake?
Yeah.
So just human nature, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's not your therapist. Maybe it's just
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it is your therapist. Maybe your therapist is
Yeah.
really bad at, and they should work on that. But I don't know.
I just don't have one right now.
Oh, you don't have one? I thought you
No.
said you need a new one.
I need a new one
Oh, okay.
because, well, I had one.
Okay, you had
And
one,
I
but you don't.
stopped. I had one, and then I stopped seeing her, and then I tried another, and I was like, this isn't really a vibe. And then I just kind of stopped looking, and I think that I should look because I don't want to burden people around me with talking about my feelings because that's not other people's jobs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I
That's a
want to
big
like
problem.
deal with my own shit in my own way. And when I can't do that, it would be nice to have somebody that could give me practicality.
Right.
And I would love that. I think I'm at a point in my life right now where I should seek professional help.
No, that's real though. That's
Yeah.
real shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was like, for me, I was like in my last relationship, and I remember just like I was so reactive and I didn't communicate anything.
Yeah.
And my ex at the time was like, you know what? Like, you've gone through a lot.
Mhm.
Like, she knew everything about my life. She's like,
Yeah.
you had a pretty traumatic childhood. You've been assaulted, you've been stabbed, you've gone through a lot. You should
Yeah.
probably talk to somebody, but you don't
Yeah.
talk about it. And I was like, yeah. And then I like, but it takes you a while to find like the right therapist. Like I think I went
Yeah.
through like 4 before I found
Yeah.
a man. Shout out Amanda. Shout out Amanda, man. But yeah, it took me like 4 or 5 therapists before I found
Yeah.
the right one that kind of
Right.
like was on the same wavelength and communicated with me
Yeah.
how I need to be communicated to. So,
Totally. It's a relationship at the end of the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it was like, Gretchen, the 76-year-old, she just couldn't really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just couldn't really relate.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't really pick up what I was putting down.
Yeah. Totally.
Amanda was like, yo, that shit, you gotta be like that. And I'm like, I like this energy.
Yeah.
So you just gotta find someone that kind of
Exactly.
hits that,
Yeah. That's what I need to just keep searching.
Just lock in.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Exactly.
And just keep moving.
Yeah.
And unfortunately it might affect your music. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You might lose some of that spice.
I know.
You might learn.
God, yeah.
Like you might start becoming comfortable with yourself. Might start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Drinking a little bit more green juice. Taking care of
No,
yourself and your
can't do
body.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
Can't affect the
can't
art.
keep doing
Yeah.
this. Can't do. I'm losing my spark. That's like sometimes before I do the
Yeah.
show, I'm like, can't take my Vyvanse. Got it. I'm not gonna go on my ADHD rants if I do that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you wanna play a little game?
Yes.
We're gonna play a little song association game.
Okay. I'm terrified.
My producer's gonna yell out a word,
Okay.
and then we're gonna have to slap our knees and sing the first song that comes to mind.
Okay. I'm ready.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. That has nothing to do with rain.
Is
I don't know if
is
that's
there rain in that song?
I know it's called Pocket Full of Sunshine. Wow.
So if you get it wrong,
Purple rain. Again. That's all I got.
point for sure.
Wait, what's she just
Yeah. Do I have to like say the song? I mean, it's just the song's Purple
Just a
Rain.
few words of singing it so we know what it
Is that enough?
Oh,
Did I
okay.
say enough words? I don't actually know what comes after that.
No, okay, fine, I'll give it to you.
So,
Yeah.
so it has to have the word in it.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay, let's try again. Let's start over.
Okay.
That was a warm
Yeah,
up.
warm up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warm up. Okay, so it's complicated.
Why'd you have to go and make things so
shit.
complicated? I see the way you're acting. Wow, that's classic.
That was good.
That's too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see another one. How about eat?
Oh,
I like to eat.
Oh, that's good.
Eat apples and bananas.
that's good.
fire.
That's a fire. Yeah, I like his better.
Yeah.
Well, I have two actually that are in my head, but they're both my songs. And one, I guess, eat spit, get dicked with the lights on.
Yeah. Two
Yeah.
completely different.
Very couldn't
very
be
different
more
vibes.
opposite,
Yeah.
actually.
Very different
Is
vibes.
there a hidden meaning in that one?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me think of a good one.
Ah.
How about selfish? Does Billie Eilish have one?
I feel like I do, but I can't.
There's like, I can't, baby, I'm selfish. Take you, I want you to myself, I can't help it. Oh my lady. It's Slum Village and Kanye West.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's a point for you.
Yeah, pretty good song.
Word.
Selfish. Why is that so hard? Cry, cry, baby.
Shit.
Janis Joplin, Cry Baby.
Janis Joplin's good.
So good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you?
good.
Is don't a word? That's like a conjunction word. That shouldn't count.
No, yeah, don't give me the point. Doesn't count.
Don't is a conjunction word. It's do not. That's not a word. It's a conjunction word.
Oh,
I think you're cooler than me.
that's a good one.
Station, that one.
On the shades and you bright down, you think you're cooler than me.
Shout out Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Or cool.
It counts.
We can give it to you.
Cool for the
Yeah,
summer.
Oh,
This
Don't
game
tell
is
your mother. Yeah, this game is.
more just like to see your
this
guys'
game is rigged. You can use do not. I can't use cooler.
Can I do not? Okay, falling.
Cause I'm free.
That's good.
Free falling.
My alarm clock song every morning that wakes me up is I can't help falling in love with you. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, those are both
Tie.
great songs. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Sucks.
Oh, this is also one of my songs, so I feel like I'm cheating. This doesn't count, but I have a song called That Sucks, and it's you don't want me, that sucks. You don't want me, that sucks. That sucks. That's the chorus.
Oh, yeah. Ring.
Yeah, sorry. I cheated on that round. I shouldn't be allowed to use my own songs. What's
You
that?
gotta keep an eye out for Celine or Justin.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Bieber.
Beauty and the Beat
Yeah.
with Nicki Minaj.
All
Yeah.
I need
A
is
beauty and a beat, it made my life complete. Yeah, Yeah.
What was the word supposed to be?
Beauty, yeah.
Okay. I got too into this. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Got too invested in Selena.
So good. How about moon?
Oh,
That's you.
moon.
Yeah.
That's me. Why is that me?
Kid Cudi.
Oh, Man on the Moon. Right. Okay. I was like, what did I do? I said, pressure was on. I got nervous. I was like, oh, that did not run through. I'm not good at this.
Last one.
Oh, phone. You used to call me on my cell phone.
Uh,
And then when you need,
I was gonna. I'm on a payphone.
Oh, that's a good one.
Maroon 5.
What about Kiss Me Through the Phone?
Oh.
Kiss me through the phone. 678 999 67 right? 67 999 8212.
Baby, I know that I
Miss me. I get with you. I get a baby girl, and that's the issue. I wish you. We don't know a single word.
Yeah.
Yeah, good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Proud of you.
Proud of you.
Good stuff. You're a big Paramore fan?
Yeah.
Haley Williams is like my celebrity crush.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that. She's perfect.
She really is.
Yeah. She's a big inspiration for me. I feel like if I could be like her, if I could grow up to, not grow up to be like her, but like if I could ever, she just exudes such her.
Yeah.
And I think I appreciate that and I want to exude me like she exudes her.
Oh,
You know?
I like that.
Yeah.
No, she's like I was actually telling my friend this. We were talking about like our celebrity crushes.
Mm-hmm.
And the caveat was like, if this person right now was like, I'll date you, but you have to like stab me, would you do it? And it was my friend. And I was like, Haley Williams, if Haley Williams was like, I gotta stab, I would like,
She has to stab you.
no, I have to stab my friend.
You have to. Oh,
I would have to
I'm
stab
like,
my friend to then be with Haley Williams. And I
and you
was
said
like,
yes.
I was like, if you'd be down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, as my friend, you should be willing to let me stab you so I could date her. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, he said
Wow.
Megan Fox, and I was like, I would let you, like,
Yeah.
I would let you for Megan,
Wow.
so you could be Megan Fox. I'm just a good friend, you know?
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Is she's your number one then?
I have 3.
Okay, what are they?
Zoe Kravitz,
Wow.
Haley Williams,
Yeah.
Paramore. And then third, I have a thing for Glorilla, the rapper. I have a thing
I don't
for
know who that
Glorilla.
is.
She's like, she has that song that's like, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm FREE,
Mm-hmm.
free.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really like, it was a really big song
Sick.
on like TikTok and shit too.
Fire.
But I don't know, something about her.
Yeah.
I'm really like Zoe Kravitz, just like that's a given.
That's a
Haley
given.
Williams, just like love
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Glorilla, just something
I love that.
I like. Sometimes I like a woman that looks like she could beat me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scare me a little bit.
No, I
Wake
love
up in the
that.
morning. Is she gonna kill me? Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Fear.
That's good.
That's my type. Do you have a type?
No. Oh, yeah. Kinda. Like, but not really. Like, well, maybe. True.
Yeah.
But I guess like, but like pretty isn't a type. Like, but maybe my idea of what I think is like a pretty person is my own idea of it. But I have I think I have more of a personality type than a outer physical appearance type. But I don't know. I feel like my celebrity crushes are like Hunter Schafer and Harry Styles, which I don't think are like this in the same
No.
world.
But you can have like I like to say I have a rotation of types.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like have like this like one of them is like I love like girl next door kind of vibes. You know, reads books.
Yeah.
Very like innocent, probably like an art curator or something like that, an art
Yeah.
gallery, something very wholesome like that. Other type, just like give me like a Kim Kardashian, something like that.
I feel
That's
you.
another type, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then third type, just give me someone like that looks like they could like scalp me or wear my skin, you know what I mean? Like just very do you know what I mean? Just like kind of like Wednesday Adam-y, like kind of like gothy.
Freaky.
Yeah, just like
That's good.
they pop up and there's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
is that a real person kind of deal? You know?
Yeah.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. No, I think I really like creativity. It's like you have to be creative. And I think you gotta be funny. You gotta make me laugh. You gotta be kind of down to earth, spiritual. Those are kind of like my 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like adorable. I like cute looking like little, like my boyfriend's face is like, I just want to like
Yeah, just squeeze
it.
Yeah,
you know?
eat it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
That's my
like
vibe.
I like the vibe of like similar vibe,
Mm-hmm.
but like I don't know if you actually I have this thing, okay? I've never spoken about this.
I'm excited.
Okay. So
Cool.
I have this thing amongst like, so I do like TikTok and like I stream a lot.
Yeah.
And we have this like inside bit of like, there's certain people in the world where I'm like, I feel like you kind of want to eat people. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
like just certain people faces that I see.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know these people. I've never met these people. But something about them, I look at them and I'm like, I feel as though if a zombie apocalypse happened,
Mm-hmm.
you would take advantage of it and just try to eat somebody, but you're not
Yeah.
a zombie. You'd be like, oh, zombie apocalypse. I'm just gonna take a bite out of this person and just like kind of just like take advantage of the situation. One of those people to me is,
Oh my God.
Vanessa Hudgens. but that also kind of
my God.
into it.
Yeah.
I
kind of like,
I kind of into it.
yeah.
Where I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
she looks like she wants to eat people, but also like
I can see
hot.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she would like, we'd be like making out,
Yeah.
and then she would like bite my shoulder, but it's kind of like a bite of like, were you trying to
Yeah. Like it breaks
taste
the
something,
skin.
or
Yeah.
was that like it wasn't really sexy? It was kind of like that hurt, kind of. But also like I'm kind of into it right now. I'm kind of feeling it. We can keep going, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of my type too. So. So, take from that what you will.
Oh my god, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I get that. No, I get the vibe. You're
So
saying.
if you ever come across Vanessa Hudgens, you know.
I know her actually.
Oh shit.
I do.
Does she eat
But
people?
I don't think she eats people. No, not that I know of. I don't know her very well.
Okay, but I'm
she
not
could
saying maybe
behind
she
closed
eats
doors.
people.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like
She's like witchy though.
she looks like
She's
she like wants to, like she like she'd be interested.
She's
you know?
witchy. She's like a ghost hunter witchy vibes. Like I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like there's certain people like even like I don't know, if you, but like even like Laura's laughing, but even like Leo has told you like you never wonder what eating people has been like. You know what I mean? Like if you
I've never wondered that.
I've never wondered that.
Yeah.
But people that do wonder that,
Yeah.
turn me on. Like I don't want someone that's like, gosh, she a cannibal.
Okay, got it.
But someone that's like intrigued by
thought
the
about it.
that's thought about the idea.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, someone that's thought about the idea of cannibalism.
Not actually.
I don't want
people.
like an actual cannibal, but someone that's like, have you ever thought about cannibalism?
Yeah.
I like that you think about that.
Okay. Noted. If I come across anybody like that, I will be sure to hit you up and give them your number.
Yeah, if you ever have a conversation with someone, they're like, you ever thought about eating people? Like, I know the
guy.
I know the perfect guy for you. On that note.
On that very specific note.
Very specific note. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for going on that journey with me.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I appreciate that.
Always here for it.
No, seriously. Thank you for coming on. This was an absolute pleasure. I honestly just think you're super dope and super rad as a person. And I've never done this before, but I would just like to be your friend.
Yeah.
You know? Just
I would
like,
love that.
Yeah, if you ever
I feel like we're friends now at this point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like if you ever just want to like hang out and just like kick it.
I would love that.
Please don't be a stranger. I just really think you're dope. So
thanks, dude.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
If you have anything you want to share with the peoples, your socials, any projects coming up, tour, where can people buy tickets?
Yes, I'm going on tour this fall, very soon. I don't know when this is coming out, but it is soon. You can buy tickets at royaltheserpent.com/tour. I'm going all across America. And that's really it. Come see a show, please. I'm very excited for that. Yeah. And I won't be eating any people at the shows.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that sort of thing. If you're a cannibal, hit us up.
Yeah, let us know. Buy some tickets. I'm going to be at some shows.
Buy some tickets.
I'm going to be at some shows.
Cannibals, pull up.
Yeah, just let me come to one show and just be like, do you have any cannibals in the house? And we're like, you hear one like, woo! Dom, that's the one. That's the one.
Oh my God. Yeah, come see a show all across America. royaltheserpent.com/tour. Come see a show. It'll change your life.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm definitely gonna be at one.
Yeah,
do you have some shows in
Canada? Or are you living here or are you in Canada?
I'll come wherever you want me to go.
Okay, cool.
I'll go.
Well, we play here in November. I play Toronto in October.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be in Toronto in October, I'm definitely gonna pull up.
Okay, cool. 100%. Yeah. Let me know how many tickets you need.
Just me.
Cool.
Yeah, just me. I just want to take it all in and just like scavenge the crowd for cannibals. Yeah. Anyways.
On that note.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming on. You guys know what to do. Follow, rate, subscribe to Past Your Bedtime for full video episodes on YouTube. You can follow me at Don't Call Dom on every single platform. And thank you guys for watching. Love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.